Alright, hello everybody, I'm Savit and I'm here with Orson to bring you the action for the final day of the StarLadder Season 1. We have two amazing matches coming for you. First match will be Lostov going up against Kolento, and then the winner from that will move on to the Grand Finals to face 5. How are you doing, Orson?
I'm doing good, man. Just came off a stream session, pumped up, ready to cast some awesome games with the beast himself. Or the beasts themselves, rather. Actually, Firebat and Kolento is in this, and we have this new, maybe up-and-coming player, Lostov. Do you know anything about him?
I mean, I was looking at his track record for this tournament. It's quite impressive. He's beat many familiar players to those who follow the tournaments. He beat Orange and Xixo and Amos.
Yeah, the only player he lost to was Firebat, right?
Yeah, that's.
And he's in the Grand Finals, so that's no shame. So I'm thinking he wants his revenge after maybe beating Kolento. We'll see.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And I saw a little bit of his gameplay yesterday, and he just wrecked Strifecrow completely. Like it was brutal. So it's no coincidence that he made it all the way, and it's really cool also to see a Russian player go so far in the tournament. Because in the past we haven't seen all that many Russian players go far.
No, we have like Stansiska is not Russian, is he?
No.
No. We don't actually have any Russian players that are top tier, right?
No, I mean,
No.
I'm sure that there are plenty of great Russian players, but none of them have really made an impact on the Western scene. So
Yeah.
I think that's kind of
Yeah, I know there's a lot of good ladder players that are Russian, that grinds the ladder a lot, but there's a big difference between getting those rank 1s on ladder and actually getting through a qualifier for an event like this.
Oh yeah, and that's worth mentioning for sure. Kolento and Firebat were invited players, but Lostov did make it through the open qualifiers and all the way here, and it's gonna be interesting to see if he can match up against these titans.
Yeah, for sure. So the loser finals is going to be a best of 5, right?
Yes.
And then we have a best of 7 in the finals.
Yeah, the finals will have one revive in it, where both of the players still with 3 decks, but they can bring back one of the decks that have already been eliminated. And they will for sure bring the one that they feel like the most suitable to beat their opponent. And it adds an extra twist to it. So if you have one deck that's good against the entire lineup of the other player, that can be a huge chance to be able to revive that deck if you once get a bad draw and lose just because of that.
Yeah, for sure. I think that it's a pretty good system. Like we played with it before, you and I. What do you think about the revive system? Like, does it benefit the better player in your opinion?
I'm not sure. I think it more benefits the player with a stronger lineup. Like I mentioned, like if you happen to have that one deck that's really good against all 3 decks, I think that it's a bit of a luck thing in that sense. So if you happen to match up against a cool lineup where you, let's say, Freeze Mage, your opponent doesn't have a Warrior or a Druid or so.
Yeah.
No Gesans anywhere. It can be an advantage, but I don't think that you can really like as a better player necessary to get an advantage on the revive system. But best of 7 for sure. Like the more games, the better chances there are for the better player.
I agree. So the first match coming up is gonna be Kolento versus Lostov. Who do you think will take this one? They haven't faced off yet. He only faced off against Firebat. So are you giving the edge to Kolento.
It's really hard to give the edge to anybody who's playing against Kolento.
Yeah, the thing is,
just because, like, just based on his past results, he's been so consistent. He's always terrifying. It seems to me that the Kolento almost never has a bad day. Like, personally, I feel like I'm way more like swingy.
The last time I saw him was when he actually had a bad day in the Archon League when we went 0-4. But after that, he went to Korea, I believe, and he won. His team won. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, his team won. Like the global team won against the Koreans.
So he's coming off a recent victory, and also I saw him getting rank 1 on the ladder like yesterday. So I think he feels in shape at least for this match, even after that defeat in Archon League a few weeks ago. So I think he's gonna bring some awesome games today.
Absolutely, it's always a pleasure to watch him play. What deck did he get the rank 1 with yesterday?
I believe it was Rogue. Rogue.
Did he have Rogue in his lineup here?
Do we have his lineup available?
Should have it somewhere. Yeah, he is playing Rogue. He's playing Hunter,
okay.
Rogue, and Warrior.
That's a very solid lineup. I'm personally not a big fan of Rogue, but it's pretty good against the dank meme Warrior, so as we know.
Oh yeah, that's quite alright.
I mean, it's not super favored. There are many players like RDU, for example, who believes that the Warrior is actually favored in that matchup. But I believe that if you play correctly as the Rogue and you don't get too bad of a draw, like the Blade Flurry is just so good at clearing the Grim Pattern combo, and you have a lot of direct damage as well. And they don't have a lot of gain as the normal Control Warrior with Shield Maidens and Shield Blocks. Sometimes they run Shield Blocks in the Grim Patron list, but I don't see it too often nowadays.
No. In my opinion, Rogue is one of the classes with the highest skill ceiling, and Kolento is definitely a player who can play it to the max. And if there's somebody who's like favored with Rogue against Patros, I think it might just be him. There's very few players in the world that I think that play Rogue to the fullest. I mean, it's easy to pick a player like, okay, playing Druid perfectly. Everybody plays Druid perfectly, more or less perfect. But Rogue, like, there's so many things you can mess up.
There are a few players that plays a lot of Rogue on ladder, like only explicitly Rogue. Like we have Super JJ and like a couple of other players who really enjoys to play Rogue only. But Kolento is one of those players who can play Rogue really, really well, and he can also play other classes perfectly. So that's why he's so dangerous.
Yeah,
he can master like everything. So we're about to find out if that pays off his practice today.
Yeah.
Do you know Lostov's lineup, by the way?
Lostov's lineup, I can't quite. I don't have it here. Okay, there we can see it.
Okay, there we go.
Hunter, Druid, and Warlock.
Ooh, what do you feel about the Druid pick?
Druid. It's dangerous. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
It has gotten him this far, but I already back at VIA game in the House Cup number 3. I was making the calls that I think Druid is at its weakest point, and nothing has really changed since then. So during 2 years that we've had Hearthstone, I think Druid has never been as weak as he is right now. And yesterday,
totally
something happened. I was playing some Druid at the league thing, and it didn't go so well. So
we had the same problem the first week in that league with Druid as well. We were up 5-0 against Temple Storm, and then we lost 4 in a row with Druid.
Like wasn't it 5? 5 in a row, or 4?
But no, it was 4 in a row. They had we won against the Druid, and then they had Control Warrior left. So.
Oh, it's so rough. Even I went to 0-5 with yesterday, which is pretty shameful. But I don't think I really made any misplays. So I was just like been the problems on the class for now.
Yeah.
Even in the previous week, the only win the win that I got with the Druid was against another Druid. So that's not exactly like the dream. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that he has a fair chance against Rogue. Like in the statistics, even though some players say that Rogue is favored against Druid, for example, then the stats from after Blackrock Mountain still heavily favor the Druid.
Oh, it does now. Okay, yeah, because a lot of players are actually very split on which class is actually favored in the Rogue versus Druid matchup. I believe that the Druid is slightly favored, unless they get a really bad start. If they get the wild growth start, they should be favored.
Yeah, I saw some statistics on that. Like after Blackrock Mountain, every single game that has been played, and I believe it was something like 29 wins in favor of the Druid and maybe 16 or something for the Rogue. Something along those lines.
Mm-hmm. But do you think that it has anything to do as well with it's a bit harder to make a good rogue deck immediately after Blackrock?
Yeah, I
compared
definitely
to making the Druid, because everyone just immediately played the standard Druid with Emperor when Blackwing was released. So that might have something to do with it. I think the stats are fairly close nowadays with the better versions of Rogue optimized.
I think so too. It can't be that heavily in Druid's favor nowadays, and especially with Kolento being the pilot for the Rogue. I think it's a fairly even matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Just looking at these decks, these lineups, we must give the edge to Kolento, right? Not because he's, in our opinion, the better player or the more experienced player rather, but because he has the better lineup for this.
Yeah, I think slightly, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, not bringing Warrior is kind of a mistake in my matchup. I usually don't like to bring Warrior, but that because I never play Grim Patron, you know. But Grim Patron is one of the decks that everyone should bring nowadays to a tournament, best of 5 conquest.
I think so.
It will always get one win, like almost always it gets one win. So why not?
Yeah, the things you can do with it, it's just like it feels almost unmatched. Like getting those battle rage, it's so easy to get the battle rage for 3 costs, and it's like 2 mana, draw 3, and it's just crazy. After the Emperor effect, the things you can do, the OTK, like, and even the defense is so good with the Fire War Axes and the Death Spite to easily go 2 for 1 against the faster decks.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's insane. But it's all about the mind game as well. I mean, Druid. I mean, if Lostov is playing a lineup that's like targeting Grim Patron here, that could explain why he's gotten so far. I mean, mid-range Hunter is pretty good against the Grim Patron. If that's a Handlock, is that a Handlock? I believe it's or Mollylock, right? One of those. I would believe so, because those are also good against Grim Patron and Druid.
Yeah.
It can win against Patron. It's not a guaranteed win for sure, but it's like it's pretty close in my opinion.
All right. Here we go into the first match. Kolento on his Face Hunter and Lostov playing the Druid.
So this start from Kolento is not really what we want, so we're gonna see a 4xer right there. And the same goes for Druid. Maybe you keep the Wrath, but Swipe is too slow without the coin, for sure.
I think so too.
Even against Aggro Hunter.
Yeah, Swipe is a great card to have, but you need to do things before that. I think it would be a mistake to keep it here. I've seen quite a few players just keep it, but then in that case they usually already have things like Wild Growth.
Yeah, or a coin.
Or a coin, yeah. Coin helps too. Kolento replacing all of his cards, and I would expect Lostov to do either the same or only keep the rod.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, he does keep the Swipe.
Oh, he does keep the Swipe, yeah. Okay, so...
Let's see if it works out.
I mean, he knows that it's Aggro Hunter. He would never have kept it against a mid-range Hunter, for sure.
Yeah,
but it's just one of those decisions that differs from players to players.
Yeah. But drawing the second Swipe, that's not good. His options are really limited now.
Although drawing that Mad Scientist was really good for Kolento. He's gonna be able to curve this out perfectly until turn 5.
He did already have the Creeper, so he didn't absolutely have to draw that.
Yeah.
It helps a lot.
But it's better to have 2 minions than 1 minion and 1 Glyph Suka equipped on turn 2.
It is. And Kolento, it's worth noting, in case you missed it, the yesterday's matches, Kolento is playing 1 Snake Trap. And I think there's 2 explosive on Snake, but the snakes are definitely in there.
Yeah, the thing with in having different traps, it benefits you greatly in the start of a tournament where people get mind game, but when Lostov can study all Kolento's games that he played this tournament, it becomes less effective. He should be able to play around it to a certain degree. And
I'm sure he has done his homework on this. It's such a big stage.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but the most important matches of his Hearthstone career, if we can say that.
Yeah, absolutely. So not a lot of options here for Lostov. Kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Just hero powering phase here. It doesn't even do anything. You can't even set up anything by hero powering that creeper with this little
No.
mana for a swipe.
And there, by attacking face with the hero power, he knows now that it is a snake trap. Because Kolento was not playing any freezings or, or snipes or anything like that.
But he's not too worried about that, considering he has 2 swipes. So
That's true.
He should be fairly happy to see that.
Yeah. Right, trolling the Misha. Would expect that to get swiped.
Yeah.
Or should he just Shredder? Because next turn he could attack with
The thing is, yeah, I think swipe is a bit too passive here. You can get more value by playing Shredder first and then swiping next turn if you place more 1-drops. Like
yeah,
the
I kind
leopard.
of like that, yeah. He does have 2 swipes, and I tend to lean towards the if I have options and I have 2 of the same card, and I tend to lean towards playing one of those 2. So the future turns there would be more options, but the Shredder does. I think the Shredder makes more sense here. But Kolento already with a bow. I think that it's a bow turn, or do you? Or how face do you go?
I really like the bow because you have that snake trap. You know the snake trap is gonna get procced next turn.
I think so too. Just because the trap is going to give him another easy charge on the bow. It's really hard to pass up.
And it's kind of awkward to abusive here. Oh, it's actually going
Wow,
for a quick shot.
I did not expect that. Okay, well, it's gonna work out quite well.
Yeah, he wants to protect the snake trap and the Misha at the same time.
Yeah.
From swipe. He wants to force the swipe before the snake trap can be procced.
Yeah, it could be also with 2 weapons in his hand. He feels like he doesn't need the extra charge on the Eaglehorn bow that much because he's unlikely to attack 5 times with it.
And also, if he equips it next time, he won't be losing a charge either, because you can't proc the snake trap this turn as the Druid player.
Oh, that's
zombie chow really good.
Yeah, really good pick up there because he was swiping anyway, and that's the only thing he could have done with the remaining 1 mana.
For sure.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Okay, do you smork it or?
He still wants to protect the snake trap, but that doesn't really work now because the Druid can actually afford a hero power as well.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think Kolento made like this mostly based on the fact that he saw 1 swipe go already, and he's just making his bets that there isn't another swipe. But fortunately for Lostov, he does have it. Without it, he would be in really bad shape.
Yeah, for sure. So Lostov has the decision now. He can either swipe again with the snake trap, but he could have also used a bit of mind game there, knowing Kolento has seen 1 swipe, and it's pretty unlikely for him to have the 2nd swipe already.
Oh, yeah.
So he could have played a big minion there and then forced the swipe next turn, taking a bit more damage, but
against Face Hunter, I think I like this slightly more because there was already he was looking at 6 damage on the board, and against Face Hunter, every single life point is very valuable.
So this is very awkward.
Such a bad draw, probably the worst draw for Kolento possible.
Yeah, unless he has 2 unleashes. That's probably worse against Druid.
Oh yeah, if he has to unleash, that would have been a disaster.
Yeah. And we know that Kolento has already used 1 quick shot, so card draw is gonna be a bit of a problem here if the Druid finds a taunt or a heal. It's gonna be hard for Kolento to finish this off if that's the case.
True. Lostov doesn't have the taunt yet. Oh, there's a heal. That's
Do you like playing the Acid Drake here before something like Emperor?
I'm not sure. I was actually thinking about that, and I don't know, because it does make sense that he wants to draw to a taunt or a bit faster. But on the other hand, it's like the Torison would have been so much value, and there's potential that he still wouldn't pick up what he needs.
Yeah, I mean he could still have Cycle the Drake or Wrath, which are way cheaper after Emperor. So, but that was a really good draw from Kolento getting that Wolf Rider.
Yeah.
But
oh man, does he have to trade the Drake for that? I think so.
I think that he might gamble for a taunt. I mean, I don't know exactly how many taunts he's running. If he's running 4 taunts, a Wrath for 1 could be good here, and Hero Power if he doesn't get it. I mean, if you lure for 5 and heal, you have to trade, as you said. But
that feels bad. But we know that if he Wraths for 1, adds another minion, and doesn't find the taunt, he would actually be dead because of the Unleash, which would go up to 2 damage. The Kolento guys 2 damage, and the Hero Power would finish him off.
Yeah. So he has to make a calculated decision here.
Yeah.
And he goes with the heal. Which I think is the better play here. Because Kolento only has 1 card in hand.
It's so hard to win from there. I feel almost like he... Oh, wow. Well, that was an owl.
It's not a bad draw. It's not a bad draw at all.
No, not at all. He doesn't need him to push much more.
Yeah. So he actually has lethal next turn if his opponent plays a minion. Which is not taunt. So let's see if Lostov recognizes.
No, he would be 1-off, because he can still Hero Power up to 7.
Oh yeah, he can Hero Power, right, so...
It's gonna be really close. I like this route for 1 on the own minion. I really like this. Trying to find that taunt or second lore.
Yeah, for sure. With that innervate. Oh, he got it.
Ooh, that's the taunt. But we know that it's actually no good. Like, he has the owl, but it's still from his perspective, it's definitely the play to do.
Yeah, for sure. So now, does he have lethal if he would have innervate out of the keeper and then Savage Shore next turn?
Yeah.
I believe so.
If
yeah, but I mean Lostov.
Oh, Lostov.
They were set up for lethal. Maybe that was a possible play as well. Not playing around Unleash and out.
Oh, second tower. So Kolento's still 1-off. How much damage does Lostov have now? He has 9 on the board. The roar is 7 more with the Hero Power.
Yeah.
16.
Keeper.
He's 1-off.
Yeah, he's actually 1-off.
Oh my goodness.
That's so painful.
Does he find like a Druid of the Claw? No!
If he gets Force of Nature or Savage Shore with that, he wins.
Yeah, also the last Druid of the Claw as a charge would also do it.
So he has 3 outs here.
Yeah.
Probably if he
Forces
start running double Force.
No, Valor Shredder.
Doesn't get it.
That's game, right? There's no way he can kill his own Shredder or a Vitality Totem or anything. No.
Not enough.
That's
painful for Lostov. The first game is gonna go to Kolento with only an owl remaining.
Yeah.
Any heal, any charger, Force of Nature, Savage Roar would have been devastating for Kolento.
Oh man.
Time waits for no one.
Merely squeaks out the first win.
I wonder if the game back to bite Lostov a little bit, that he went with the Drake first.
Yeah, I think that he actually could have done something with the Emperor. Actually, I'm not sure. He would have taken a lot more damage earlier on.
That's true. Maybe he would have died. It's like too hard to evaluate right now. How it would have played out. But getting the Emperor out early can be such a big deal.
Yeah, for sure. So this is a matchup that I think should go to the Hunter, especially if they run double Owl. I'm not sure if Kolento runs 1 or 2 Unleashes. He must have cut something for that second Owl, and it might have been an Unleash. Unleash is not that great right now, I believe. Even Shaki didn't even play a single Unleash in this Hunter in Archon Team League. Because we don't find it very useful.
Mm. That's a huge piece of information, but maybe next week Chucky will mix it back in.
Yeah, I mean the decks are public anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they are now. Well, that's really interesting. That's something. If you are aware that your opponent does not unleash, you can punish.
Yeah, you can punish him greatly, but you can also it's a lot of mind games when it comes to these tournaments.
Yeah.
So we see Mr. Kolento going with the Rogue.
Yeah, I'm really liking the hand from Lostov right now. I think that's incredible. Turn 3 Shredder, turn 4 Druid of the Claw, turn 5 Dr. Boom with the coin. Like he doesn't even need to draw anything more. Like that's it. He has it.
Yeah. Kolento needs to pick up something like a 4-drop or a sprint.
Yeah.
In order to make something in this game.
Wow, that's so crazy. Like the Lostov hand is like completely made already. It doesn't need anything. Even double Wrath, those help to deal with the 3 trees.
Absolutely.
Oh man, I'm so jealous of the draw. Why wasn't I drawing like this?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't draw super well last game, so I guess
That's true. It's just fair.
it's fair. Yeah, so the Shredder is probably better than the Wrath here.
I think so. Yeah, has to be. 'Cause he doesn't have anything to do with the remaining mana.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a good.
Oh, he did pick it up. So
really good
the
pick.
question here is, do you trade?
I think you prep us up here to take the tempo. Oh, that was exactly what Kolento needed. That was an excellent draw.
Wow.
I think that's the way. That's his best chance to win this by just out tempoing. Because the late game, as we can see, the Doctor Boom, that's just gonna take over at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
That innervate though.
Do you just play it now? I mean,
Ooh.
pretty good.
I like it. I like Dr. Boom right now. You have options next turn with your double Wrath and swipe, depending on how much and what the Boom bot sits for on the minions.
Yeah.
So I kind of like setting up the Dr. Boom first and then using removal as efficiently as possible.
I like it as well. Like, it's such a powerful play, and he's also a bit behind now, so that might be like this has. I feel like this is the turn that he has to make a stand. Or just make the strongest play. Just go to the room. Don't try to get more value out of it somehow or anything. There's no need for that.
Violet Teacher.
Oof! If only I had like a second prep, but no.
Yeah, the thing is, he doesn't have any sort of combo starters here, like Poison or Backstab or anything like that. So, I mean, prepping that Zap, it was quite good tempo gain, but getting that oil out will be very hard ever.
Class.
Yeah. Looks like Kolento is just gonna go for the race.
Yeah.
I would imagine that he would clear one bomb. Oh, not clearing the bomb. I would have considered it at least because of the potential Savage Roar. And then the Boombots would just get crazy good trade.
Yeah, I think that Kolento knows that he's so behind right now that he has to take some sort of risk.
Yeah, saving a 2-charge weapon. So that's like, he wants to oil it up next then, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
If he finds a prep, that's a crazy amount of damage. He can prep the oil and he can go for the flurry and even an Abyss afterwards. But Lostov has all the answers in the world. He has the 2 Vrods and even a swipe. I think he's going for a board clear. Let's see if he can do it without using the Dr. Boom.
Yeah, if he's lucky enough. That's not bad minion for Kolento. Not a super bad one, but it's...
Yeah, I mean, it's not great, but it could have been one.
I'm waiting
Yeah.
for no one.
Whoa, the perfect Boombot there.
Wow, so he gets a
Well, not
perfect
the-
swipe
yeah.
here.
Yeah, I would say it's perfect. Yeah, it's perfect, because he was swiping anyway.
Yeah.
So that
Sure.
2 damage was
And
enough.
3 damage to face is very good as well.
Wow.
That Shredder, not bad though. But he needs...
It's a little bit more than that.
He can't deal with Dr. Boom. I've seen a lot of rogues nowadays add a BGH. But I'm not sure if Kolento is running that.
Probably not.
He's setting up for either a trade or a Blade Flurry here
Oh, yeah.
for the next turn.
Well, that looks like an easy broth, I guess.
I guess you Wrath, see what comes out, and then keep Druid.
You could go face first, just in case it's a taunt, because I think you want to
for
get the
sure.
7 to face, so just make sure.
Yeah.
And it could be a Doomsayer, but even then, like, do you really wanna...
Ooh, so this
Ooh,
is
what-
very dangerous. He's setting like...
That's dangerous for him. I mean, it kind of looked like this, that there might be a flurry coming. Well, we can see the card, so it's a bit trickier.
Wow,
Evaluate.
we got the prep, so that means he can actually get the damage on his Shredder as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
That's a lot of damage coming down now,
Yes, it
and
really is.
he needs something good again from this Shredder. Because I do believe he needs to trade both to be extra safe. This is almost lethal. 5 damage from it.
Hello. No, okay, that's fair.
I like that play. I like trading there because
Yeah.
you know you're out of cards anyway and you can't push for that lost damage, already having used 1 Eviscerate. So he knows that he needs to keep his Shredder alive in order to win this. Or top deck a sprint.
Yeah. Well, that Shredder is not gonna stick around. Lostov with the Rot already in his hand.
Yeah, he's considering playing around Harrison Jones here, and I think that he should actually play around Harrison Jones, considering 0 cards in hand, and the only card that would be bad is if he top takes the sprint.
Yeah, it's like sprint would be because then he could play the Deadly Poison afterwards.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment. Well, maybe Azure Drake, because if he finds an Azure Drake, it could potentially give him like a 3-drop.
You're right.
So,
Azure Drake is also one of those cards. Silence here, very good.
yeah.
He's just gonna hero power here. Next turn he has lethal with the charge, Druid of the Claw, and hero power.
And Kolento probably looking at his last turn. I don't know. There's not that many. Oh, that is a huge draw.
Haha!
So do you?
You don't show it.
Do you? Haha.
No. Oh,
Oh my-
I mean, okay. I mean, obviously
Yeah.
you don't concede here, but you don't
No.
you don't attack with the pirate.
No.
Is there any card that Kolento thinks he can top deck here? He could top deck a sprint into prep something to finish him off. Oil.
Yeah. But here we go. Lostov tying it up.
And that was a very important win for his
Yeah.
Druid. He really needed a win there.
I think he played pretty well. I mean, he played a little bit into the flurry, maybe with the shade and stuff, but still quite convincing. He had a good draw and he played it well, and that's what happened. Kolento not so much. Like did he have a single card draw? He didn't find any answer.
No card draws at all, which was quite unfortunate. But I think he played the best he could with the cards he received.
For sure. All right, then straight into game 3 then. Lostov, but I guess that looks a bit more mid-rangey with the freezing trap.
Yeah, Kolento should know that if he studies his opponent that this is probably mid-range, so he's probably gonna keep a Death Spite, not going not searching too hard for that Fiery War Axe. I don't think keep the Battle Rage though, or the second Death Spite. That's very slow.
You want something to do before turn 4.
Yeah.
Like Armorsmith is fine. Even the axe is like pretty good, but
yeah, he's gonna keep one Death Spite here, and I think I like that choice.
Yeah, Death Spite is awesome. I would also keep one, sure. No reason to keep 2. That's too clunky.
Yeah, but I would only like to see a Knife Juggler keep though from Lostov here. Nothing else is really good to have in the start here.
No, you do not want to unleash the hounds or an owl or anything. That's exactly what he chose to keep. Let's see if we found a scientist or anything similar. Oh, well, that's alright. 1, 2, 3.
Kolento role playing with the new skin, I see.
Wow. Oh, Lostov.
Leopard, no.
Oh, it's Lostov role playing.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, the camera's...
Kolento no role playing.
Yeah. Kolento knows what's up.
Then one Leopard gnome, the good old.
Yeah. I like the Enrage here. It enables Battle Rage. If you did it before, you armor up, which is very nice.
Yeah, I like it as well. And it was kind of the only thing to do. You don't want to whirlwind. It's not the time.
Yeah, for sure. So either you coin you can't really coin out Animal Companion here because you don't really have a follow-up. So just going with the Knife Juggler is the best play here. If you had other Animal Companion, you might consider it, but...
Whoa, okay.
Oh, wow.
I didn't expect that.
I kind of like it because it forces a trade and it soaks up potential dagger hits.
I don't think we're gonna see a trade here. I think we might see something like Quick Shot Coins Science, but it doesn't mess up the curve too bad.
Yeah, it does mess up the curve.
It really messes it up big time.
Is there any merit to... No. Is there... Well, no Animal Companion can really be good here. So he's gonna go ahead and quick shot that.
Okay.
Play the Mad Scientist. I like that.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's the strongest play here, but it's really weird for the following turn. He might be lucky enough to pick up a Shredder or something, but the Animal Company, he's gonna be floating 1 mana on all, potentially multiple turns.
Yeah. So we're gonna see... I don't think he's running Snake Trap in this version, right?
Probably not, no. I think it's just freeze.
Because then there is some merit actually to attacking the Mad Scientist first, as Kolento.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But he's gonna go ahead and go face there because he has that second Whirlwind effect in his hand. So he doesn't feel like he needs to take that extra damage. Or not extra damage, but he could push for more damage to face rather.
Yeah, he gets to push an extra 8, kind of.
So Lostov knows right now that Kolento has a second whirlwind in his
Oh
hand.
yeah, it's really
So getting a Huffer here is not really that great. I guess that is
trying to think. I guess it's the same
the
result.
same amount of Huff. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's 2 damage from the minion and 2 added from the other minions. Now this is going to be clear from Kolento.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not playing the armor smith.
Oh, he doesn't want.
Oh yeah.
the battle rage.
He only wants to take 1 damage, of course. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Makes
he
sense.
played. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit weaker to Eaglehorn bow. You get 1 less armor, but I don't think that 1 armor is gonna matter.
Yeah, it's only 1 armor.
Ooh, that's a bit awkward.
Yeah, it really is.
So do we know what
I think
trap this is? It's a freezing trap. Okay.
Huh?
So there's no real need to silence that.
No, it's gonna get trapped anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So-
don't think he's kill commanding it either.
No, I kind of like just playing a Gara Houndmaster here for tempo. I mean, you see one Deathbite. Yeah, you see one Deathbite, and you know he probably doesn't have a Fire War Axe because he would have used that earlier.
Yep, I really like this as well.
So it's very unlikely that he has a second Deathbite already, but we know that he has one.
I mean, that
And-
play sucks, but it's the only one he had, really.
Yeah. And this is actually he's not gonna go ahead and attack with the Armorsmith here. He's for sure just gonna play the ghoul and pass.
Yeah, or
That's
just
very-
up and back. Oh, he is.
Oh, he's actually attacking. Maybe he
Nice.
thought it was some other trap. Because the ghoul is actually like there was no reason to attack that turn with it. If you play a ghoul anyway, because you will get armor if he tries to get through.
I guess there was one reason. If there was an eagle horn bow coming, like now there's no extra charge. But still, I'm also a bit caught off guard by that. I would have expected him to wait as well.
Yeah, I think that Kolento didn't think that through because he didn't play the ghoul instantly. He was thinking, should I really play it now or should I just armor up and wait? But he decides to play it because he is quite low. That will give him some owl value.
Yeah.
But what else do you do this turn as Lostov?
Ugh, it's not looking pretty.
To shoot.
Not in the slightest. You never want to kill command if you can't hero power the same turn.
Yeah.
And using that quick shot without your hand being empty will hurt you.
Do you just owl? But he knows that there's an armor smith which is gonna just get replayed, and
Yeah,
that is rough.
he's in a tough spot here. This deck from Lostov looks like
Now.
the hybrid version
Yeah,
with leper gnomes and freezing traps and high mains. So
it does.
I think he's very disappointed that he hasn't drawn like any of his sticky
Yeah.
minions like high mains or
No
shredders
high mains,
or
shredder.
Lothab even. Oof, double armor smith. This is looking
Yeah,
so
that's
good
rough.
for Kolento right now. Second owl. Wow, it's very. A lot of players has added the second owl now. Both Kolento and Lostov plays double owl.
Yeah, it's
I haven't
been
seen
getting
it
more and more popular
much.
lately.
What to
Do
do?
you unleash? It feels so bad. Those armor smiths.
Yeah, this is just like if this was me on ladder, I would just concede right here. I mean, like,
I would maybe even consider like either be calling one armor smith and kill commanding the second one. So just get rid of those. Because you
Yeah.
know that the armor smith is going to add up to like 5 armor anyway.
oh, he decides to go
I don't know. I might have just.
full face there.
I don't know if it's like a great play, but I would at least consider like just killing the armor smith because you know it's gonna be 5. It will heal for 5.
Exactly. So wait, how much damage is this really? This is 12, 16, 17 damage.
Oh wow.
No. 9. No, it's more. It's more.
So you can Grom to.
Yeah, it's 19.
Yeah. I think you just go for it. He gets 5 armor doing it if he uses the inner rage as well.
Yeah.
By the
Oh, okay.
power of Ragnaroth, I
Well, you know, this way I guess he gets just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because he also gets to use the hero power. He gets 1 more armor this way.
And it's better to be safe than sorry. He still has that activated for Grumage next turn.
That's true.
If you would like that.
So he sets up exact lethal.
Yeah, exactly
Okay,
right
that's
now.
that's really good.
There's the high main that he was looking for a few turns earlier. That could have changed this game.
Now it's a bit late. If he had that for turn 6,
Yeah.
potentially looks.
But he's gonna go ahead and quick shot here, I think. No, he's not gonna play around Grumage.
Oh, I wouldn't either.
No way.
Kolento does have it, and that's gonna be taking a lead.
So exact lethal. Even if he didn't have exact lethal there, he would most likely have won that game with double execute.
Oh, yeah.
And, so congrats to Kolento taking second game, and now he only has to win with one more deck.
The hype might be real soon. If it's looking good for Kolento, we might get a 5 at Kolento finals. That would be quite something.
Yeah, the winner. So, Rogue against Hunter, mid-range Hunter,
Mid-range Hunter.
Warlock.
That's doable. I mean, it's not easy, but it might be doable.
I believe that Lostov is gonna play his Warlock here because it's a better matchup. Just to save face a little bit.
He did pick the Hunter.
Wow, he did pick the Hunter again. Okay, so I actually like this because there's a lot of players out there who just likes to play the stronger deck, even though there's no tiebreaker or anything like that. Just likes to play it because he wants to save face, you know, make the score more even. But Lostov realizes that if he wants to win this series, he has to win with the Hunter anyway. So why not? Just get some more information for the final game.
I think mid-range Hunter does quite alright. If you get the Eaglehorn bow, I think that's a really huge deal.
Yeah,
does get it. I think his chances are good.
It usually comes down to whether or not the rogue has sap for the high main or not.
I was gonna say the exact same thing.
Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
It's the most painful thing ever to get your high main sapped.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Like you won't. There's not enough time to play it again. The only time sapping a high main does not win the game if the hand is completely dead on drawing more cards afterwards.
Exactly, but a sap into maybe a oil, like that's so painful as a hunter player. You can't replay the high main. You need to deal with the oil.
Oh.
Yeah. But right now it's looking fairly alright.
Yeah, it's looking really good. That Dr. Boom, even though it's a bit early for that, it's a great card to have against the rogue and
yeah, and
it's a bit slow.
He needs to pick up a 4-drop here or
It's kind of alright.
Yeah, I mean he has the eviscerate for a potential animal companion, but
yeah,
I think that we're not gonna see animal companion here. We're gonna see mad scientist and hero power. It curves out better. And it also enables a trap for your bow.
Yeah, he has the bow ready. That's him so good. I get the scientist now, so he gets the trap as soon as possible for their bows to get the extra charges and also to slow his opponent down. Like the freezing trap is worth pulling a freezing trap directly from your deck is worth more than 2 mana, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So I know you also get to squeeze in the hero power. So it's like almost in every sense.
Mad Scientist is a really ridiculous card if you get value from it.
Yeah, but there's some drawbacks to it. I mean, the traps on their own are not really worth playing. So you kind of have to put the traps in. I mean, freezing trap can be great. But
I mean, I think they're fine. I mean, remember in the back in the days where there were no mad scientists, like people still played traps and they didn't think it was bad or anything. It's just that we become very spoiled right now with the mad scientist.
Yeah.
You know? I think it's still okay, but it's just super good with the mad scientist. And proccing that freeze trap with the South Sea is pretty good.
Wow, what
best thing you can do.
That's pretty good. I would probably skip the hero power here and just play the you don't need to get that extra 2. He doesn't really have a play for the turn after that though. But still.
I mean it's worst case scenario you can silence an Astro Drake with your owl if you want to do that. And that is the worst one it could have gotten.
That's really bad.
Never Huffer, Baby Rich.
He's still in great shape, but that was bad.
Yeah.
That's not the meaning he wanted.
So there is a pretty okay play here if you want to clear the board with the South Sea and this race.
Yeah.
the other play, what would that be? Lothab maybe?
So many
Maybe, but I kind of like the clearing.
Yeah, I like the clearing more because next turn is a potential Savannah main turn, and
Yeah.
if you play Lothab, you play right into that.
Kind of, yeah.
So clearing here is pretty good. And I'm not sure if Losto is playing double freeze or if he's playing a snake as well. But
I
either
think
way,
it's just a double freeze.
mhm.
What do you think about fan of knives Evis right here? Just use the weapon, because then you could keep the South Sea deckhand to trigger the second freezing.
Yeah, it's also a good play. He will take 2 damage, but I think it's fine because he can proc the next freezing trap with
Yeah,
his South Sea.
Exactly,
So,
like that's where I was going at, because otherwise he would have to have a 5-mana minion.
yeah.
Yeah, and he does go with that.
That's why I asked if he's running double freeze or if he's running like a 1/1 build.
Yeah, got it. Animal companion, alright, not too bad. Let's see if he...
Oh,
this
when
time,
he actually
yes.
got tougher.
But there is a backstaff waiting in Kolento's hand, so from his perspective, it's not all bad.
No, it's not at all. So, I think he's gonna play the Asterake here. I mean, there's
Yeah.
no reason to really play the Lothab right now.
Yeah, I like the Drake better. He needs to draw a little bit more minions, I think.
Yeah.
Just not enough. Just with the Drake and the load.
Do we know if he's running Healbot in this rogue build? I didn't see it in the Druid game.
No,
But that's one card that's really good against Hunter.
Yeah, it's kind of critical sometimes. Like, yeah, how does he heal back up from here? If he doesn't get that. It's gonna be really hard for him. Like ending the game before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lothab and Sap here is probably the snap call from Kolento. He has double Sap, so he can Sap that Dr. Boom twice if he wants to. Although Boom bots are not that bad in their own.
You know that the left boom bot is gonna kill the Azure Drake.
Always.
What if you sap the boom bots and
Next level play.
not a good play? Damn it.
Yeah, so at least he has the Farseer now, which will do something.
Might buy him a little bit more time.
Ooh, high
This
main.
time, yeah, but you play the boom. I mean,
Yeah.
how do you say no to the?
Even if you get to squeeze out that extra hero power or owl, maybe you still play the owl.
Does he like set up lethal if he hero powers here? Like how much is that? Because he could. But it's so risky because there could be a heal bot or like farce here. So
Yeah, so I think you want to actually attack the Drake first with your bow and then attack it with the bomb. And if the bomb hits the other Lothab, you might want to clear. Otherwise, you could just go face. Because, I mean, you need to remove the minions because of oil versus rogue. But he also knows that he has a South Sea Captain in his hand for 3 that got frozen a few turns ago. So he needs to think about how much mana he needs. So the South Sea Captain is 3 mana.
3, and he also needs to spend 2 to just get a new weapon. I really like this play. I think this is the way.
He shouldn't be too afraid here, and he realizes that and goes face with everything because he has Kill Command and Quick Shot in his hand.
Yeah, so next turn, by going Owl, Kill Command, Quick Shot, Hero Power, that's 10 direct damage, and those 4 boom bots, they should get the job done.
Yeah, for sure. So he's just gonna go ahead and hope that he doesn't have it, because he can't play the Farseer here. He needs to sap the Dr. Boom again. There's no other play here.
That's actually game.
Yeah, that is game.
What's at Lostov's hand. Like, no matter what happens here with the boom bots. Like, even if the boom bots were not there, still win.
I would have loved to see a Blade Fury though, just because of the Alakbar.
Yeah, I want to see if Lostov is going for the BM. Do you think he will try to kill him with boom bots first?
Oh, I mean, he could. He could sacrifice 2 boom bots if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. He
okay.
can sacrifice all of it. Like, he can just 'cause he had the quick shot kill command hero power, like he had access to that.
That's only
it's
8.
not going
That's
to-
only 8 damage though.
with the hero power.
Yeah, he didn't have a beast. I mean, he couldn't play the beast, quick shot, hero power, and kill command, right?
He could.
Oh, he could. He had 9 mana.
He had 9. So
He could actually have gone for some really bad manner moves. I would have totally done it.
Lostov confirms a nice guy here.
Yeah, nice guys. usually finish last though in my experience. So we'll see in this last game.
Oh yeah.
Warlock
The Warlock
versus
against Rogue.
Rogue. And
Watch your
If it's Zoo,
yeah, if it's Zoo, it's slightly favored towards the Rogue in my experience.
well yeah, that's
Uh,
not a Zoo.
That's a handlock, and that's gonna be problematic for Kolento. Kolento actually really needed to win against that Hunter with the
Oh, yeah.
Rogue. But he's not... He's playing Zombie Chow. I'm not sure if he's playing 1 or 2, but Zombie Chows are not that great against Rogue though.
No, not really.
But he still decides to keep it. Because
Oh,
it
yep.
can trade up
That's interesting.
with Shredders and more coils. Or
I mean,
Dark
he-
Bombs and trade with less than 3 power minion.
He does have the coin, so he has to play something before turn 4 if he wants to play a giant
Yeah.
turn 4. So I think it's alright.
And this hand is looking really bad for Kolento unless he picks
Yeah.
up a sprint.
But also, Lostov doesn't have any threats in his hand right now.
Yeah, but he has 2 turns to get it, and
Yeah.
Oh, that Drake is actually really good. Because now we can
Yeah.
curve out until turn 6 at least.
Yeah, there's like a lot of potential in Kolento's hand, but right now it's they're just not doing anything. But
Yeah.
there's so much potential in it. And look, Lostov's still seeking for his first threat.
Yeah, he's gonna draw 2 cards here, including the hero power and the first card he draws from the turn. So getting a Drake or Giant here would be really good.
It's looking rough if he finds like if the next draw is something like let's say a Sun Fury Protect.
It's not too bad considering he has the Dark Bomb before the Shredder, and he can play something like Watcher.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not too bad. Owl, the Dark Bomb, or
Yeah, double Hillbot is
Ugh.
not something you want to see in the start.
not at all.
I'm pretty sure we'll see a Dark Bomb here. He actually might consider Owling here, because you don't find much use of the Owl in this
I
matchup.
agree. In this matchup,
So-
I would definitely just use it here. There's not gonna
Yeah.
be a better time.
I
But
like it a lot.
it might be a little bit out of meta.
So that Shredder is down. Ash Drake follow up though with a backstab, and
That's a good draw.
yeah, that's a really good draw considering he can clear the board here now.
Yeah, and like without that card, Lostov would have had
He's
the
using
Oh, he's doing a fan. He wants to cycle.
I actually don't think that's bad either.
No, it's not
because
bad at all.
You get to cycle, you don't have a much follow up, and the Fan of Knives is not useful at all in this matchup. Almost.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like the obvious play to me was just like, oh, you have spell power. There's a 3
Yeah.
opinion. Just go for the backstab. But that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and he gets full value from the prep also, which is nice.
This hand is actually so bad.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
it's so bad, but he keeps getting answers for the minions at least, which is
Oh,
good. And
there
there's a Drake, and I think we're just gonna see a tap because of that instead of the Washer, because you
Good.
want that extra health on the
He does
toilet.
too. And Kolento with no minions right now. Oh no. Oh, he does find one.
Oh wow.
Not
Top
the
deck and
best one
everything.
necessary, but still something to play. Without
mana
that,
efficiently.
nothing.
And he's desperately looking for either second Drake here or a sprint.
Oh yeah.
Because he needs some kind of weapon buff here, like oil poisons for the blade flurries.
Really badly. Prepper, sprints would be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So many things you could pick up from that, like deadly poisons, and they even play the sap with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very. I think it's gonna be a Watcher here. I don't see the like Owl is all right, but you don't need to Owl this turn if you want to Owl the Shredder. You're gonna Owl it when you oh, he actually picks it up. Wow, Kolento.
That
Teach
is
me your
ridiculous.
ways of RNGesus.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous, actually. Starting with that hand and he's top decking every turn. That is
Yeah.
so good for him.
Another thing about playing the Watcher last turn instead of the tap was that in case Kolento was to sap the Drake, Lostov would have discarded the card that he was drawing. So
Uh-huh.
I really like the Watcher as well there. There's the deadly poison. Wow.
Oh, and there's oil. No more preps though. Lothab is really sick against Handlock, setting up
Yes.
lethals.
Wow.
Do you think he will poison here? I mean, we've seen a lot of
Smooth.
Handlocks run oozes
Yeah, that's true.
lately, so not poisoning up there is probably the better play in my opinion, and Kolento
Mhm.
thinks so as well. He's scared here. He's afraid to die. Poison,
Poison oil. Oh my
Blade
god.
Flurry is actually lethal, so he needs to realize that the rogue
How?
has 8 cards in his hand. He knows that he's probably staring down getting killed next turn if he doesn't do anything defensive here.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
what is the better defensive play here? in
I
your
don't know,
opinion?
man.
Owl and
This is rough.
oh, he's just gonna
That
go
is
ahead and
not-
double
that is
Drake.
not a defensive.
He's dead then, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has to. I mean,
He's dead for sure.
Oil, yeah. Like way more than that.
Wow. Yeah, I would have liked to see if you want to play a Drake, maybe Owl on the.
Well
It's so hard. Like even if you Owl, you just kind of get an minion to set to apply the poison on. Maybe this was the better play, is hoping that he doesn't have it. But with so many cards in hand, Rogue is always gonna have some kind of Blade Flurry oil combo.
But even with the heal bot there, it would have like bought him another turn. But I don't really see him making a comeback there. What he
No.
needed was some taunts.
Absolutely.
This is such a
Yeah.
rough draw from Lostov.
Yeah, a really close series though, and I really thought he was gonna have an edge there in the end with that handlock, but Kolento too strong, top decks.
Yeah.
If he didn't draw that sprint that turn, this game would have been
Oh, yeah.
completely different.
Yeah, his hand
He
was
did
just,
it exactly that turn before the Warlock could apply pressure.
A bit of a slow start from Lostov, and it looked like Kolento might be drawing some blanks, but there we go. There's the sprint that sealing the game there with that double poison oil blade flurry.
Yeah, so we're gonna see a Kolento versus Firebat, and I think that's the match that everyone wanted to see. I think that Firebat has not had the greatest record against Kolento lately, but that makes it even more fun because he wants this win really bad against Kolento. So this is gonna be an interesting one. This is best of 7 coming up with one revive. Yeah.
So if somebody's unfamiliar with revive thing, is that once you lose with a deck, once you win with a deck, right? Then you can play the same deck again for another win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you can play your best deck twice, in a sense.
And you don't have to do it. You can do it whenever you want, right?
Yep.
You can
I
play
think
twice
so,
in
yeah.
a row. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So, and that kinda brings another level of mind games as well. Because if you just lost to your opponent's freeze mage, he can still play it again. So your deck choice can actually matter whether or not you want to play the same deck again or not. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Two really good players that has been doing really well recently.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Lostov for that third place finish.
Yeah,
well
it's not,
played.
not bad at all, and that probably gives him some kind of motivation to keep trying in these qualifiers and making it this far. Coming as a qualified player, it's really impressive.
It is. He takes home $1,200 for his efforts. Not too bad, and that's
Not too bad
really
at
cool.
all.
Like he might be a player that we might be seeing a lot more in the future as well.
Yeah, really ballsy to play Druid.
Oh yeah.
That's my opinion. So I don't think anyone got close to his placement with Druid in their lineup.
No.
Yeah. I think the game should be up in 10 minutes or so. So we're probably gonna go to break soon.
All right, we're actually going to break right now, so grab a drink and make sure that you don't miss the grand finals of the StarLadder Season 1. It will be Kolento against Firebat going in a best of 7. So see you in a bit.
You got spare game codes or any digital goods? There is a place you can sell them in less than 1 minute. Watch. Go to g2a.com. Click Start Selling. fast login. Go to My Account and click on Selling tab. Sell new item. Enter name, code, set a price. And done. G2A.com Digital Marketplace. Global selling simplified.